3, 2, 1, go!
Dog Day has one of the most devastating stories in Poppy Playtime, and he was supposed to be a hero, the optimistic leader of the Smiling Critters. Heroic, strong, determined. And when Catnap started hunting down the critters on behalf of the prototype, Dog Day was the one they came to for protection. In the cartoon, the sleepover takes place at his house. The critters came to Dog Day for safety in times of need, but Catnap was never really one of them. Even before he became a bigger body, Theodore Granville was already being manipulated by the prototype. So once Theo turned into Catnap, he used his power to carry out the prototype's will, and that meant taking out anyone who wouldn't follow. Dog Day tried to protect them, but Catnap found and killed them all. Every last one. Dog Day even refers to himself as the last of the Smiling Critters, despite Catnap still being alive, simply because Catnap was never their friend. And Catnap didn't just kill Dog Day, he did something worse. He chained him to a wall, ripped off his entire lower body, and left him alive. His legs either taken as a peace offering for the prototype, who uses toy parts to build himself up, or used as food for Catnap and the ruined critters. The torture wasn't just physical. Catnap wanted Dog Day to sit there knowing he failed, that he couldn't protect his friends, that his whole purpose as a leader meant nothing. And then to twist the knife even further, the ruined critters crawled inside his body and took control. Dog Day is literally trapped inside a hollow shell of himself with no control. Even the cartoon foreshadowed it. At the end of the sleepover episode, Dog Day is seen on the couch with his arms spread out in a similar position to how we find him, and his legs are covered by a blanket, hinting that they'd soon be gone. But even after all that, when Dog Day sees us, the first thing he does is calls us Poppy's angel and try to help. And when the ruined critters take over and he's forced to chase us, he's adamant on saying to leave him here and to run, because even at his worst, Dog Day is still trying to protect people. He was supposed to be the hero, and in a way, he still is. Who do we play as in Poppy Playtime? We don't know our name, we don't know what we look like. All we know is that we were an employee at Playtime Co. We got a letter telling us come back, and we went. But the hallucinations in chapter 3 tell us a lot more than we think. In Home Sweet Home, we see the phrase happy and fun, why was it done? And then guilt haunts you. We did something really bad, and coming back to this factory was our chance to make up for it. There's a few theories on who we actually are. We could be the head of production, since in chapter 2 there's a slide with decaying letters that could be our name in the higher up tunnels. We seem pretty handy with the grab pack, which would make sense for someone in production. Or we could be a researcher stationed in the orphanage, since there's an office in Home Sweet Home visible through glass that we can never enter, almost like symbolizing that we can't change our past. And some people even think we're rich. Not rich, we're broke, but a reoccurring employee who shows up in every chapter, but he worked in shipping and doesn't seem to know about experiments. But the biggest theory, we helped plan the Hour of Joy. In Hallucination, there's a reversed radio message that says 3 different words. Event could mean the Hour of Joy. Meeting implies someone was being planned and we were part of it. But party? Only the toys who planned the massacre would call it a party. On top of that, there's a VHS tape about relocating Kissy Missy on the same day as the Hour of Joy, and someone overwrote the instructions in red, changing them to loosen the straps binding the giant. Employees helped jumpstart the rebellion. They tampered with relocation procedures so the toys could break free. And chapter 5 confirms that employees actually did conspire with the prototype. Preston Willard confesses in the notes that he pushed the button that let the prototype out. Stella Graber used her Omni hand to open the cell doors. There was a whole group group of employees who helped make it happen, and they didn't think the toys would kill everyone. Preston thought freeing them meant they'd leave the factory, not stay and slaughter thousands. So were we one of them? Whether we were head of production, a researcher, or something else, we knew about the experiments. We got involved with people who were talking to the prototype, and when we realized what was actually going to happen on August 8th, we might have backed out. Our guilt isn't about the kids, it's about being a part of the plan that got thousands of innocent people killed. We still don't know exactly who we are, but whoever we are, we came back for a reason. Could Poppy be evil? On the surface, Poppy is an innocent character who wants to help us take down the prototype, but there's some stuff that doesn't add up. In chapter 2, Poppy plans to escape the factory with us, but in chapter 3, she completely switches up, saying the prototype knows we're coming and he'll kill us before we ever reach the front door. So now escaping isn't the plan anymore. She even admits she had so much time to think and reflect, time to figure out what she would do if she was finally freed. She could have been lying about ever wanting to escape in the first place. Then there's her tone. After we kill Mommy Longlegs, something in her voice shifts. She says we're too perfect to lose and that she can't let us leave. That doesn't sound like someone on our side. That sounds like a superior telling us what to do. And the toys around her treat her the same way. Kissy Missy immediately backs down after pouncing on us because Poppy says so. Dog Day calls us Poppy's angel, like we're working for her. She's got authority over these experiments the same way Catnap views the prototype. Then there's the letter from chapter 1. Someone sent us a note saying the employees are still here, find the flower, which led us straight to Poppy's case. How did she know about the flower drawn outside the door she was imprisoned in? And why does the note say the employees are still here when she later tells us in chapter 3 that they killed everyone? But here's the thing, Poppy hasn't actually done anything evil. She hasn't killed anyone, she hasn't caused purposeful harm. Her only real goal is taking down the prototype. Now, she was going to blow up the factory, but if you think about it, defeating the prototype is insanely difficult. You probably need to be a little manipulative to get that done. Poppy is described as the first truly intelligent doll in the world. Scientists spent time, money, and energy perfecting her intellect. If there's a toy in the factory that could match the prototype's intelligence, it's Poppy. But then chapter 5 hits and we actually see a different side of Poppy. When we find her trapped in Lily's cell, she apologizes for everything. For not letting us leave in chapter 2, for the manipulation, for running away, and abandoning us in chapter 4. She asks if we can break them out, and the prototype even calls her out on it at the tea party, saying she acts like a child because that's what the scientist made her. He's not wrong. Poppy's been in over her head this whole time, making impulsive decisions and dragging us into consequences. So is she evil? No, but she's not innocent either. Poppy's been manipulative and reckless this whole time, but for the first time in chapter 5, she actually owns up to it.